The Iceland whaling scandal. Yeah, so this is a story that broke and was kind of active in the media circle, social media circle, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just didn't get around to addressing it then, but I am addressing it now. And we'll go into the truth on sustainable whaling in Iceland. So, at any rate, all hell broke loose because the whaling company Hvalur EHF here in Iceland caught a hybrid whale. So it's half fin whale, half blue whale. Now, of course, the blue whale is protected worldwide, and it's highly illegal to hunt it. But that is not the case for hybrids, which, you might have a problem with that. That it's only for a purebred blue whale and not the hybrid, but that is something you should take up with the International Whaling Council, I think it's called. I don't know. So, yeah, because that's if you want to change international law, change international law. But it's as the law stands, the hybrid whale is not protected, and actually, Icelanders hunt fin whale. Now, fin whale is endangered, as to my knowledge, on a worldwide scale, albeit not that endangered as far as the population in Icelandic waters and in the North Atlantic at large. So Iceland, Greenland, Norway, Faroe Islands, etc. These countries that have traditions of hunting whale. And in many ways, Aboriginal traditions. Sorry. So, yeah, so this is another thing. It's just as traditional for Icelanders to hunt whale and for Faroese to hunt whale as it is for Greenlanders. But as a pure blood Inuit, not just fraction Inuit like some of the other ones of us. It's well, I don't even know if you call them pure blood Inuits. They would probably claim so, but they're also very Danish and very Icelandic. This is how much this whole freaking racial stuff has come out of the blue. At any rate, so yeah, the Greenlanders, they get to hunt whale on some Aboriginal provisions, which, to my knowledge, I don't know if Icelanders and Greenlanders and Norwegian get to do that, but we still, we have a tradition of hunting a tiny bit, and we do. And there's a whole page on sustainable whaling from the government offices of Iceland that I will link below, that the mainstream media would also not want you to see. They would not want you to know how many animals that have been estimated in these waters and how tiny a percentage we actually hunt. And we have quotas to hunt under 1% of the overall estimated fin whale population, and also less than 1% of the overall estimated minke whale population. So it's actually under what the International Whaling Council would consider sustainable. So it's less than that. So actually, according to international law, we could hunt more and still be within those estimations. So it's just barely scratching the surface, if you will. Now, I'm just stating that as, the documented facts and reality of the situation. Of course, it might not affect that. You might still be just as much against or for whaling overall, which, again, opinion, perfectly valid. It's a stance of its in and of itself. So stay true to your stance, if you will. But yeah, as far as being within international laws, we're doing just fine. And yeah, it is tricky with this hybrid. Now, another thing that also came out, I saw another piece. I might have to look it up and see if I can find it again and link it, where they said that this guy had said, the CEO of Hvalur, the company that caught this whale, had said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna hunt 150 more," which. That's lying by omission right there. 150 more, writing is as if he meant, oh yeah, we're going to catch 150 more hybrids exactly like this. Well, good luck. If you're going to if you're going to particularly target these rare hybrids, that's not sustainable anymore. You're gonna sail your ship. It's like, when you catch a hybrid like that, it's completely by accident. If hybrids were common enough for you to be able to just go exactly and target those and find them and hunt them in a way that would make sense for you financially when you resell the meat, then yeah, they would probably be a species of their own, not rare hybrids. So that's something that's stripped of any type of logic and rationale whatsoever. No, and here's the thing. Again, going back to what I'm going to link. The quota says that we can catch about 150 fin whale a year. Maybe like just over, depending on what they calculate each year. So, yeah, so that might be a bastardization of, yes, we're going to catch another 150 fin whale. So, not the hybrid itself. And also, there's another question with hybrids. Now, yeah, they're rare, and that's what people probably responded to. But the thing is that this is not like racial intermixing there. These are separate species. The whale is much like primates. It goes back very far. So, yes, they're considerably close in size. Are fin whales and blue whales related enough to be able to have offspring that are fertile, that can reproduce themselves? That's the first question I ask. And I'm not a marine biologist, so I don't know that. So would this whale have been able to reproduce in the first place, or what's that question? Or is it just, people just have a problem with something that's rare in nature being killed, or something that is alive to begin with being killed, which quite frankly is the moral foundation for some people, and I get that. Vegans, I get you. So yeah, it's all these questions that come around, but again, it's because there's so much of this value and political agendas, like activist agenda mumbo jumbo in there. It completely just brought this entire conversation and this entire story so far off track that I feel a need to address it. And also the fact that that some groups and nationalities get to do whaling on the Aboriginal pretense, but some do not. So why do some of us have a right to our own ancient way of life, and some of us not? So that's actually a question that it's about damn time we raise it. Cause yeah, Icelanders, Norwegians, Faroese, we're all Aboriginal in our respective areas. Small populations with an extended history, way of life, and yeah, as much as our fellow cousins in Greenland. I have ancestors who were born up in Greenland, and ties to their lots of friends and loved ones in the country. So yeah, it's but this is something that I just wanted to bring up there. And actually, if you're interested in whale conservation in general, and whaling and whale watching, a lot of people are questioning whether whaling and whale watching can coexist. Well, yes, they can. We've demonstrated that. There are areas in Iceland specifically for whale watching where actually the whale is, the whales are entitled to their integrity. They cannot be hunted in those areas. They're designated areas of peace and safety. Also, there are different whaling methods. A lot of people, they see the old Faroese method called grind, which, it looks very bloody because you're driving an entire pack of whales up into, basically, stranding them. You're driving them up against the shore with boats, and then they jump out and got them there. And you get all this blood in the ocean. It looks ugly, and it looks like they're being terrorized and then killed a slow and painful death. Now, of course, the whole slow and painful, I would disagree with the those methods have been perfected to be very efficient. That said, it's still very different from how we do it up in Iceland these days, where we actually not only do we harpoon them, but we harpoon them with high tech equipment. So it's as instantaneous as a kill can be. Now that might not make a difference to a lot of you guys out there. Again, I get that, but to some it matters. To hunters interested in ethics, and this again might be an oxymoron to a lot of people, hunters who care about ethics and morals, but to those who hunt, it makes sense, and hunters, with an interest in ethics and morals would get this. So yeah, there's a lot that you can actually, like actual knowledge that you can look up and really learn about. And anyway, this has gone on for long enough. So again, biking out.